that TikTok ban was really weird. So for those who don't know, TikTok recently like banned or like went offline essentially for 12 hours. They're they the government planned on it being going out on the 19th, but then before it even like happened, TikTok said, unfortunately, TikTok is not available where you are. So yeah, it said TikTok isn't available right now. A law banning TikTok has been enacted in the US, blah, blah, blah. We are fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. That was so weird. So freaking weird. And then when it finally came back, we get this. Welcome back, which is, by the way, this was like within a 12-hour period. This was not like a full day. This was not like a full week. This was literally just a couple hours, essentially. Welcome back. Thanks for your patience and support. As a result of President Trump's efforts, TikTok is back in the US. You can continue to blah, 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 blah. That is so weird, right? Like, I'm not the only one who realizes that this is so obviously like not real. This is so obviously like Trump created the idea of banning TikTok, obviously. And then he obviously like lobbied all of these senators to just go and like go full racist retard against all of that CEO of TikTok who was just saying.
So you said today, as you often say, that you live in Singapore. Of what nation are you a citizen?
Singapore.
Are you a citizen of any other nation?
No, Senator.
Have you ever applied for Chinese citizenship?
Senator, I served my nation in Singapore. No, I did not.
Do you have a Singaporean passport?
Yes, and I served my military for two and a half years in Singapore.
Do you have any other passports from any other nations?
No, Senator.
Your wife is an American citizen. Your children are American citizens.
That's correct.
Have you ever applied for American citizenship?
No, not yet.
Okay. Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm Singaporean.
Let me ask you some hopefully simple questions.
Like, okay, in the moment, it was totally believable that there was actual racist idiots in office in senator positions. But now that like this came out, now that this message came out where it's just like, it's so, wow, look at President Trump. He really helped us out here. He really brought back TikTok. He really likes you guys, right? Is that not like questionable? Why are we not just thinking to ourselves, this is weird, right? Like, this isn't right. This is obviously trying to pander and trying to make Trump look good. So it really makes you think, how much did Trump pay those senators to do that, to like create this bill and to get it passed? How much of our office is just being paid for by Trump to do this stuff, and how easy is it for this to happen? And I really hope that this doesn't affect the youth. Like, I say that like I'm not the part of the youth, but like the really young youth. There are going to be at least a lot of people who are going to be so pro-Trump now. Like, they're going to just ignore everything that he did in the past, just everything that's bad about Trump, and they're just going to go, well, he brought back TikTok. And it's just like, really? Like, why are they wording it like this to a point where they just make it so in your face? Trump did this. Trump brought back TikTok. And it wasn't even banned, by the way. It wasn't actually banned in the United States. TikTok, I don't know if it was a CEO. It probably was, because I don't even know if we can trust him anymore. It was taken down. Not technically taken down. It just had a little message, saying TikTok isn't available right now, and you couldn't scroll past it or close it or anything. It just said TikTok wasn't available on the 18th. And I saw it at like 7 p.m. So nowhere in the United States was it the 19th of January yet. But now on the 19th of January, we get a message saying President Trump brought back TikTok. Is that not questionable to anybody? Like, why are we so just blank on this? And then, oh God, don't even get me started on the people who were mass migrating to Red Note. I was playing Marvel Rivals last night, and within the first like 5 matches that I got into, at least 3 people were saying rest in peace TikTok, and then immediately after that, they were promoting the red note. It's like, really? You just, do you think you're going to be getting paid from red note? Do you think they're going to start like becoming the mass follower on red note who's going to start getting money from red note or start creating a huge following? No. What are you doing? That's like, it's so weird being in the middle of this. It's weird being in the middle of TikTok getting banned and also kind of being on Instagram and YouTube and seeing like the between the reels and TikTok, videos, and then seeing the mass migration from TikTok to Red Note, and then people immediately realizing that, like, yeah, you can see a little bit of what it's like living in China and some of the, the really polished parts that they want to show off, but then it's kind of like visiting North Korea. You're going to see the parts that they want to see. You're not going to see the really bad parts of China because there's a lot of really bad stuff going on in China. I don't know if anybody knows this. They kind of destroyed Hong Kong for a while. Don't even try to mention Hong Kong or Taiwan in Red Note because that'll get you permanently banned. So there's a whole lot of weird stuff going on Red Note. Yes, the people are nice, the ones that are interacting and stuff. They're the people are nice. The government itself, which is still runs that app, really, really bad. So you see a lot of really ignorant people who are going over to Red Note and going like, oh, I love this place, it's so nice, I love China, I'll give you all my data. And it's just like, I get what you're trying to do. I get that you're trying to make a point that you don't like the government in the US trying to like prevent you from getting their data, so you're giving it away to China directly, which is like, it's still bad. Like, you shouldn't be wanting to do this. But on the other hand, there's the Meta people, the Instagram people, the YouTube shorts. There's this like even more just straight up brain dead morons who are going, I'm so glad TikTok is going to be gone. I can't wait for it to be gone. And it's just like, do you realize how you sound? There is such a wide demographic of people on TikTok that you could honestly find a group of any kind of people. You could find racist idiot rednecks over there on TikTok too. It's a huge group of people. It's not just the people who put pronouns in their profile. And I think that's just why there's so much hate against TikTok, is because everybody thinks that, or not everybody, a lot of people who have never been on TikTok think they know exactly what's on TikTok because they've seen like one or two videos on it where someone said some kid ate Tide Pods on and they called it a TikTok challenge. And I'm just like, there's so much more to that. You could say the exact same thing about Facebook, about YouTube. Remember when people were freaking walking on milk carton boxes? That started on like YouTube. That didn't start on TikTok, but people will blame TikTok because it's just such an easy thing to point at. And it's just obviously America is so anti-Chinese, or at least American governments are, and people who are not online, which is unfortunately a lot of people, will just instantly believe the government and believe that the government is right, therefore China is bad, and TikTok equals China, therefore TikTok equals bad. It's just like, please just have a brain for yourselves. Have a single brain cell just saved for yourself to think of your own opinions. And right now, I think that not a lot of people are doing that. So I just want to come on here and say that obviously the TikTok ban was fake. It was not real. It was never going to happen. President Trump paid off all of those people. He paid off the CEO of TikTok. He paid off the entire senator board that was voting against it. I feel like this was all just a huge ploy to make him look good. And unfortunately, I think it's going to work because Americans are some of the biggest idiots in the world. So let's look forward to see how that goes. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of young Trump supporters after this, unfortunately.